everybody, welcome back to Stitching Big Things with Hallie. I'm Hallie. Thanks so much for joining me again. Today is Friday, December 18th, 2020, and this is a Flosstube channel about cross stitch. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hopefully you find something interesting. It's going to be a quick one, unfortunately, during this busy season. But if you find something you like, don't hesitate to subscribe. And if you are a returning viewer, hey guys, so good to see you again. I hope you have had a wonderful stitchy week as we approach the holidays. Hopefully you are going to have a little more time as things slow down and be able to spend some time doing some extra stitching. So, what are we going to talk about today? I brought some previous finishes, some Christmas decorations that I have up through my house. I thought you guys might like to see those, of things I've done over the last few years. I also have my whips that I've worked on this week and just one item of haul. So it should be fairly speedy today, but let's get started. As you guys know, anytime I show anything I've done before, I've really just started keeping notes about my whips since I started Flosstube, which is 6 months or so. So I don't have a lot of the information. I'm going to look it up and it will be in the drop down box below. So if any of these you see, and the majority of them, I think, except for the two gifts I don't know about, but for the ones that I've done, I think everything is still available. There is one that's a little older, but I think it's still available. But I will try and put the information down below, and if you're still confused, don't hesitate to reach out. So, because I think most of these are still available. Okay, let's start. This one is one I had done. I actually stitched it a few years ago and just recently had it framed. So as I've told you guys in the past, most of my stuff is framed. I have 4 boys, and if I make a pillow or anything like that, it's going to become a hacky sack and a baseball in my house. So this is the best way to finish things to keep it protected. So sweet little Santa. I love his glasses, the way they turned out. And this red is like a little velvet, and it really just kind of sets it all off. So there's that one. Love him. This one is an older one. And if you guys have noticed, I used to sign my work and then I stopped signing my work because if it's a giveaway piece, I will sign it. But this is an older one because I did sign it. And I stitched this in '98. So I believe this one is a lavender and lace. But again, I'll put it down below. I love him. He is just sweet and really nice. So really like him. There's another little guy. I think he was super sweet. This is from '01. Again, I signed to that one. Will work for freezer space. So fun. And then this one's a pretty good size one. So I'm gonna scoot back. This is Words of Wisdom from a Snowman. And I will read it to you because it's hard to read and I love him. Oh my goodness. Let me stand back and I'll show you the whole thing first. So there's that. Super cute. We'll come in so you can see. I guess I don't need to read it to you. You guys can read it. I love that bottom. Accessorize, accessorize, accessorize. So, and I know this one, I've seen this one around Stony Creek, I believe. I think you can still get that. One other thing that I've stitched, holiday. This one is not out yet. I told you guys I was going to do it, and I still haven't gotten to it because I haven't gotten to anything. I've been busy stitching and doing other stuff. But we will eventually. Make sure I'm going up the right way up. I don't think I do. This is the Afghan. This is the Stony Creek Afghan that I stitched a few years ago. I'm going to I'm gonna have to just do it in sections. If you watch Julie and Alyssa, they happen to be stitching this. I know a few other people have commented that they are stitching it. Peace on Earth. And then you've got all of the little church, the farmhouse, the regular house, the snowman, that gorgeous tree. Are you kidding me? That tree is fantastic. And it was so fun to stitch. I love it. So peace on earth, goodwill to all is what it says on the bottom. So as you can see, I have not finished fraying it and making it into the Afghan that it's supposed to be. I do have the directions. I do have, it's a specific stitch that you make, you know, just a few above this, and then you fray this, pull it apart, and make a fringe on it. So it's beautiful. Okay, the printer stopped and I'm back. So Stony Creek Village Afghan, you can still get that on Stony Creek, and you can order the appropriate size cut to put it on, a material to put it on. So a couple more things to show you. I have, if you saw my interview with Becca at Sambry Stitches, I showed the Christmas stockings that I did for my family. So real quick, we'll run through them one more time because these are the last holiday decorations that we have up. This one is mine. I stitched this right after we got married, so it's 25 years old. This one I don't know if you can still get. And my husband had an adjoining one that were kind of in the same book, same series. And so there's his. They are all, just so you guys know, I don't do this because I don't sew, but I employ someone and we do a lining inside. So they are used every year. They hang up for the month. We do use them for Santa to put things in them. And then they're the first things I pick up off the floor as everybody vacates after we have unwrapped, because I want them to make sure they stay good and they are continue to be protected. So this one is my oldest. That's fun. This one is Kyle. I've talked, shown his. His was a little different style. This one is Bryce's. And as you can tell, his is the only way that hangs a little bit differently, but that's okay. I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention, honestly, until I took it home from getting it done. And then I went to hang him up and I'm like, oh, his hangs the other direction, but that's okay. You know what? It's not a big deal. It was something that I made for him. So, and then the last one, this one was a full coverage one. Probably one of my first, well, except for the top here, because this isn't stitched. That's, oh no, that is stitched. This one is full coverage. I take that back. Yeah, it's totally stitched. You can see from far away, I thought it was just the material, but nope. First full coverage right here, guys. So love it. Started my love. So, so those are the rest of Christmas decorations that are in my house. I have two more to share with you. And these are, I love these that I made. Probably of mine that I made myself, the stockings are my favorite. They're what we use. They're, you know, I made them thinking about each person as I made them. Love those. But these I didn't make. They were gifts to me. And for those of us who have ever given a stitched gift, I know what these ladies put into them to give them to me. And so they mean more to me than anything I put my time and effort into. So hopefully if you've been given a stitchy item, you understand what I mean when I say that. So let me show you these. This one was given to me probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, right after we moved into this house. That's the way I remember. This was done by my sister. I'm trying to turn it so you don't get the glare off the glass. I love this one. I love the little houses, the little stores and shops. This one, if you guys can see the little black right here, the little black holder, this sits on that black holder all year round. In the winter season, it comes forward and sits in prominence. And in the rest of the school year, listen to me, the rest of the year, calendar year, it gets pushed back. It does never get taken down. It just gets pushed back. And this is my office, so I don't care. And I want it out year round. I love it. It means a lot to me. So I don't put that one away. This one, a very, very dear friend. So that one was stitched by my sister. This is stitched by a very sweet friend of many years, Petite. She lives in Minnesota. And I'll stand up. This, I've folded it over. It's an Afghan. I folded it over. And this is what she stitched. So, and it says Snowman have snowflakes. So I'll bring it in real close so you can get a good look at it. I don't know if this was already fringed. I need to ask her if it was already fringed or if she fringed it. Either way, this is kind of what my Afghan will look like. It'll be a little longer. But that's what I talk about when I talk about the fringe. So here's this. So you can get a nice view. I love this. It only comes out at Christmas. It's one of those that you set out, and for whatever reason, my kids always grab at this, and other family members grab at it to cover up with it, and I'm snatch it off of them and say, no, this is a decoration, don't use it. So it does not stay out all year. It does get put away. And after this many years, it says 07 on it. She put her date on it, 07. I've had a long time. It's probably in need of a good wash. But I have held off as of to this point. So Carrie and Didi, if you guys are watching, if you happen to catch this, thank you so much. Please know that I love the items that you made for us. They are near and dear to my heart. And I certainly think about you when I have those displayed in my home. So, love you both. Thank you. So, okay. So those are my Christmas decorations that we have up. Let's talk a little bit about whips. They are kind of pathetic this week, but that's okay. I showed you last week that I was going to start Red is Ravishing, artwork by Peggy Davis. Charted by Artisy. Love this one. This is going to be, I was starting this one. I needed 200 stitches so I could include it in my No New Starts, which has now begun. It was in my album, and I needed to get my 200 by the 1st of January. And here's what happened. 2,271 stitches later, I got started and I couldn't stop. You guys, all of this black, I used a full skein of black. I just kept going. As you can see, the majority of it's the trees. So I just kept going. And I love it. And then I wanted to get a little more than black, so I put one length of blue in there, just to give it a few stitches. So this is what took up the majority of my week. It just stitched up beautifully, super easy with Pattern Keeper. I very much enjoyed that. So after I got done with that and finished up that whole skein of black, I decided let's move on to something a little more Christmassy. So, and this was something that I've had in my stash for a while. This is Quaker Christmas 2. And I had started this for Christmas in July. I just had done just at the very, very top. In fact, I was just starting this particular motif right here. I had had about half of this outside that I had to to pull out and restitch. So I was starting with the middle, figuring, okay, I'm going to get all this middle in here, and then I'm going to pull up from the bottom, and hopefully it'll meet. I got half of this. The page break is just a little under, probably about right there is where the page break was. So I was working on this part here, got the whole darn thing stitched. And then I had to rip it all out. It was I had 3 spaces in here instead of 2. And when I went, it comes way out here. And when I went to line it up with some of those points on the flower to where I was on this arch, it wasn't lining up. And I'm like, what happened? Where did I go wrong? So I started counting and recounting. And then I thought, oh, well, this is wrong because I'd had to restitch it previous. And then when I looked back, it was this first stitch because I started right there. And then worked my way down, I worked my way over and across and yada, yada, yada. It was the first stitch, guys. I had to rip all of it out. So I didn't want to flub it. I wanted it to be right. So I pulled it all out, and that's okay. It's great. It was just a few hundred stitches, so it's not the end of the world, but it doesn't look like I did much of anything. But know that it was all stitched and then it was all ripped out. And I'm really glad it didn't, this is, I can't remember what color I'm using, and I didn't bring it with me. But I will bring it next week because I'm going to continue to work on it. This red, it's a classic colorwork, so it's not color fast. And I was worried that I was going to get some staining here. But I had put it in and then I turned around and pulled it right back out. And, I don't see any red. So I think we're good. This is stitched on a 28 count opalescent. You can see the fabric. It's a red, I can't remember what the color is, but it's a red. And then the green is in the names of all the songs. So basically like this, I just picked different reds and different greens. So 28 count on this guy. On this one, I don't think I told you guys, on the Red is Ravishing, it is an 18 count 2/1. And this one's 2/1 as well. So, okay. So that's all I had for stitching. So again, I told you it was going to be quick. I have one short piece of haul. Let me show you that real fast. This is my Floss Fix, the Classic Colorwork version. I get 2 of them. I get the Classic Colorworks and the Weeks Dye Works. This one is the Classic Colorworks, and it is the Christmas edition. So, super fun. Really, really nice Christmassy colors. So kind of nice to have that. So kind of fun to have that arrive in the season. So the Christmas edition. So this is available. I do get this through the Fat Quarter Shop, and I know she does still have that available. Both of those floss clubs are available on her website at the Fat Quarter Shop. So it's a nice way to supplement what you have. So that's it, guys. Sorry again for it being so short, but there's just not a lot to show with just a couple pieces. And with the busyness of the season, I just didn't get too much stitching in this week. So thank you so much for joining me. Next Friday is going to be Christmas. So I will not be filming on Christmas, and I don't think I will probably get one in before. I'm probably going to wait till after and film a whip parade and get you everything that I've got going on, and kind of get a nice stopping point at the end of December, kind of show where I was, so that the end of next year we'll have a nice comparison. That's always fun. So look forward to that, but I will not see you next week. So for everyone who is celebrating, I hope they have had a wonderful Hanukkah and that they have a Merry Christmas, but I will see you before the new year with my whip parade. So thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure to see you again. I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Please stay safe, and we'll see you next time with a whip parade. Bye.